Great way to keep up long distance relationships with friends and family. You can post information about your life, they can post information about theirs, and you can even keep a conversation going whenever it's convenient for you. It's a means of communication that works with both of your schedules, but it should not be used as your primary means of communication. One of the many downsides to the use of social media is sharing too much or sharing too often. There's also the issue with false information. People like to doctor their posts and make their lives look better than they really are, or post information that's not true and people believing that information. And then all of a sudden, we have fake information out there and we don't know what's true and what's not. Another issue with sharing too much is scams. People will lie and offer opportunities or tell you about things that's not real. Cyberstalking is another issue that's sharing too much that leads to scams. And emotional buildup is a result of relying on social media instead of physical interaction face to face. People like to post everything that happens in their life on social media. Cool places they visit, cool events, their new friends, new stuff they got, or car accidents that happen, deaths in their family, divorces. But sometimes people need to stop and think, are these things I should be sharing with everyone? Or maybe just my close friends and family? A lot of times the things people post are very personal, and we aren't as cautious as we should be about the information we put on websites. People also need to think about living in the moment. Instead of taking pictures of the cool places you're at, just enjoy being at those places. Instead of worrying about showing your friends pictures of the places you were at, maybe bring your friends to that place next time. Then you can both enjoy the place together. So that way you have a cool memory of the place you were at, and then you can both share that memory later. False information. This is a big problem, not just on social media, but all over the place. On social media, it's mainly with big influencers doctoring up their pictures or staging incidents and making things look like they're real, but in reality, it's fake. It's a skit, or it's just photoshopped, or whatever the case may be. For research purposes, the best way to verify if your information is correct is to look if the author is verified. Does the author have a degree? Is there any indication that this author would know what they're talking about or have reason to be trusted? You also need to look at the timestamps of the information to make sure information's up to date. If it's a couple of years old, there's probably more correct information that you can look at. You also need to make sure that other websites are saying the same thing as the website you're looking at. If they're saying something different, you probably should trust them over the one website you're looking at. Scams, another instance of false information. There are three major types of scams. Opportunities, such as the famous Nigerian prince emails, where all you have to do is click this link or respond to this email and I will give you billions of dollars, or a text saying you won the lottery. You don't know who it's from, but all you have to do is click this link and you'll get your money. Losses, such as UPS got your package, but due to incomplete address information, it's stuck at the warehouse. So you have to click this link or respond to them with your zip code to get your package. Or impersonation scams, where you get a call from a family member who doesn't really sound like themselves and is also calling from a different number you don't recognize, but they claim they were in a car accident and you need to give them money, wire them money so that they can get out of jail. These are all examples of scams, and in pretty much all cases, they're not real. But there are ways that you can check if they are real or not. Security measures you can take are: do you know them? Do you recognize the sender of the email or the text? Make sure that the link that you were sent is correct and matches up with the real company's link. In most cases, if you got a link in the email from the company or Nigerian prince or whatever, it's probably not legit. most companies like Amazon will never send you links, and they'll make a point to tell you that they will never send you links and tell you to go to their own website to fix the things or receive your reward or whatever. So, links in an email is a big red flag that something's not real. For impersonation scams, you can have security phrases for your family. If you're doubting that the person calling you is really your family member or your friend, ask them a question to prove their identity. So if you've had a pet die, ask them if they have your pet, or tell them, hey, I heard you lost my pet. Do you still have him? When in reality, your pet died 5 years ago. So this is a good way to make sure that they're really who they say they are, is by asking them something that only they would know to prove their identity. Cyberstalking leads to scams. There are creepy people out there. If you don't watch the information you post and just post information willy-nilly, not really caring about it, there are creepy people out there who will gather information about you. And even though you might have deleted your post on your end, there could be a friend or someone who viewed it who posted the information publicly without your knowledge. And these creepy people will take that, and then they might turn that into some kind of scam attempt, like suing you or telling you, hey, this is your mom. I got in a car accident. You need to give me money to get me out of jail. Emotional buildup. This is a problem with social media as the primary means of communication. If you don't have enough physical interaction with friends and family, you might feel like your relationship with your friends isn't good enough and you don't have enough real friends. Because there's only so much information you can convey in text. Emojis can only do so much, and there's only so many emojis. We need somewhere to dump our emotions. If we don't have somewhere to dump our emotions, they'll build up and we'll become depressed. That's why something like FaceTime is a great alternative, because you can talk, you can read facial expressions, you can see their eyes, but nothing beats a good in-person conversation with friends and family. In my experience, the best conversations and experiences I've had have all been in person. It always feels more lively. So, using social media is not a bad thing, but there are many dangers to using it carelessly and using it too much that can occur.